While her husband has struggled to get his approval rating over 40%, Melania has consistently remained the country's most popular Trump. And personally, I love her too. Now, the reason I've been thinking about Melania lately is because in the wake of Trump's recent immigration crackdown, I've started to notice something that's got me really concerned. I think Donald Trump is trying to deport Melania. We're both immigrants. Neither of us would be here if it weren't for Donald Trump. And I'm just gonna put it out there, we're both style icons. Yeah. That's right, Melania, this bitch stole your love.
Melania Trump's visa controversy raises more questions than answers. Did you know only 5 people from Slovenia got the same Einstein visa she claims to have qualified for? But Trump promised a press conference to explain it all years ago, and it never happened.
First of all, it's no secret that Melania barely spends any time at the White House. Secondly, when he tried to hold her hand in public, she tried to slap it away like a Slovenian Dikembe Mutombo. You remember that? No, and you might be asking, why would he want to deport his wife? I don't know, but things haven't exactly been perfect between them. And who knows, it may have even created some tension between them when Trump allegedly banged a porn star and paid her to be quiet, and then the whole country found out about it.
So what is he hiding, and could Melania be his ultimate immigration target? Before we move on, I will like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. When Melania slapped Trump's hand away at a public event, it wasn't just an awkward moment, it was a full-blown meme that screamed, "Trouble in Paradise." For a couple in the global spotlight, moments like these aren't just cringe-worthy, they also hint at deeper tensions. And let's admit it, there's been no shortage of those. From rumors about them sleeping in separate bedrooms to her icy body language during key events, Melania's actions often seem to say,
anyway, normal relationship issues. And I know it sounds crazy. Donald Trump wants to deport his wife? But if you look at all of Trump's immigration policies, right? A lot of people think that he just hates immigrants. For example, one of the immigration issues Trump complains about most is people who come to the United States the wrong way and work in the country illegally. And everyone always assumes that because he's racist, he's talking about Mexicans. But when you put them all together, you start to notice a pattern. All of his policies seem to be aimed at his wife.
Not playing along. Sure, she smiled for photo ops when required, but you could practically hear the internal screaming. Then you've got Trevor Noah's viral zinger. On his show, he joked, Donald Trump is the first person to ever try to deport his wife. And as the audience roared with laughter, the internet exploded with questions about Melania's immigration history. People began to wonder, did her silence hold the answer? With Trump constantly hogging the mic, Melania stood out by barely saying a word. It was the contrast of her quietness against Trump's nonstop verbal chaos that made her even more of a mystery and gave rise to speculation about what she might be hiding.
New questions about Melania Trump's immigration status when she first came to the U.S. The Associated Press reporting she didn't have the proper visa for her modeling work.
Trump insists she got her visa stamped every few months. If that's accurate, it would mean she had a type of visa, possibly a tourist visa, that needs to be updated periodically.
I came here on visa. I flew to Slovenia every few months to stamp it and came back.
But that type of visa does not allow working in the United States.
When this controversy first bubbled up, the Trump campaign promised that Melania would have a press conference to clear it all up.
Take her EB-1 Einstein visa, for example, meant for individuals of extraordinary ability. Melania's modeling career might have been good, but extraordinary? That's a stretch. The Associated Press even dropped a report questioning how she got it, and Trump's promise to hold a press conference and clear things up. Yeah, that's still pending. It's funny, isn't it? The man who's always shouting about immigration fraud couldn't answer basic questions about his own wife's visa. And let's not forget the good old chain migration Trump so publicly detests. You know, the immigration benefit Melania used to bring her parents to the US. It's a little rich, actually a lot rich, for someone constantly railing against chain migration to have directly benefited from it. So what's going on here? Are these double standards just political contradictions? Or is there something deeper, possibly personal behind them? Trump's policies might just hold the key, and the irony is impossible to ignore. But are his motives purely about politics, or is there more at play? Could Trump's strict immigration policies secretly double as a vendetta against Melania? The idea might sound wild, but let's not rule anything out just yet.
Melania's staff promised that she would hold a press conference to clear up her questionable immigration history, and then it never happened. Now, to be fair, it's only been 3 years since that promise was made. But still, It seems a little convenient that Trump would bring up the whole legal work thing when he knows his own wife has a shady visa history.
The Washington Post reports that questions linger about how Melania Trump scored the so-called Einstein visa to enter the United States when she was a model.
Think about it. The man built his entire platform around a wall, literally and figuratively. From bans targeting Muslim-majority countries to cutting off access for lower-income immigrants, Trump pushed the harshest immigration rules in recent history. But one rule stood out, a new policy targeting immigrants who rely on government assistance. Now, let's pause here. Melania has spent years living in a taxpayer-funded mansion. If we're being technical, this could be seen as a form of, you guessed it, government assistance. The contradiction here practically writes itself. Did this policy quietly highlight a giant irony sitting right in his living room?
Granted to people who demonstrate sustained national and international acclaim, and it's usually in the fields of arts, business, or in academic research. Now, only 3,376 EB-1 green cards were issued that year.
In 2001, she was granted a green card in the elite EB-1 program. It's designed for academic researchers or people in other fields, such as Olympic athletes and Oscar-winning actors.
Yeah, that's right. Melania got a green card through the Einstein visa program, which seems strange.
And the hypocrisy doesn't end there. Trump has trashed chain migration in every way possible, painting it as a loophole that destroys the country. Yet Melania's parents, Victor and Amalia Knobs, are living examples of it. They got permanent residency through her citizenship. When Trump says we need to end chain migration, does he realize he's talking about his own in-laws? Or is this another case of rules for everyone else and a golden pass for his family? Now, the internet hasn't exactly been quiet about calling this out. Protests and political commentators jumped on Trump's selective outrage, pointing to the glaring inconsistencies. Some have joked that if Trump applied his policies equally, even Melania might be packing her bags. But here's where it gets even darker. Is this about policies or power? Trump's infidelity and alleged hush money scandals are no secret. Combine that with Melania's apparent unhappiness, and you've got a picture of a strained marriage. Could his immigration crusade also be a way to exert control amidst their tension? Theories suggest Melania might be more than a distant bystander. If Trump's policies reflect personal grudges, it would mean America's immigration system isn't just shaped by ideology, but by the drama swirling behind closed doors. Where does this leave Melania, trapped or complicit? Whether by design or by accident, Trump's immigration policies seem to say more about his private battles than his public priorities. They're sold as patriotic, sure, but when you look closer, they hint at something messier, personal power struggles, and maybe even marital tension. The big question is, where does that leave Melania? Is she stuck playing her part in a political circus? Or does she have more agency than we realize? Would you stay for love, or for the Secret Service security detail? Either way, it's a reminder to question the motives behind flashy policies. What's the real story?